Konnichiwa, what's up, fellow travelers? It is I, TheDomotaku, and today we have great news for Genshin Impact. Today we received the 1.4 live stream announcement. Funny enough, I always try to catch like the international one first, which is like hella early in the morning, but I fell asleep on it and I just caught the English one. So we have a lot of news to announce and talk about and discuss. So the event, or the 1.4, starts on March 17, so that's not too far. Today is currently the 6th, so we have 11 days left. We just currently started a little bit of phase 2 of 1.3 with the Geo Bishop event thing, and it's super chill, honestly, right now so far. And then, of course, the Hu Tao banner has everyone like losing their minds, and everyone loves Hu Tao. I love Hu Tao. I just love Hu Tao way too much. So check out that video if you haven't seen my roles for Hu Tao. And yeah, so pretty fast that we're getting 1.3. It just feels like yesterday I was thinking of Dragon Spine or this Windblume Festival, Lantern Rite, and now we got the Mondstadt Festival. So 2 festivals and 2 updates: 1.3 Lantern Rite, 1.4 Mondstadt. So that's going to be pretty interesting. And of course, as you see from the date here, the screenshot, of course, we have our favorite characters from Mondstadt. We have VENTI, our boy, and we have the new character, Rosaria, which I'm very excited for, and we'll want to discuss about in a future video, possibly. So let's get on with the juicy bit, okay? The banner. So they announced the banners already. This is like the first thing I was like looking forward to. I was like, okay, who is going to be right up on the banner? Because with 1.3 we have seen triple banner, so it's possible to do 3 banners in an update. We've seen Kuching on a banner, so it's, you know, possibilities of standard characters coming and getting their own banners is possible. And what they announced here is VENTI rerun. So far so good. And then Child, so Child is getting a rerun banner, and Rosaria is said to be available only in Child's banner. So that's kind of like, I wouldn't say a shame, but it's a smart move on the side, because like everyone's probably gonna be rolling for VENTI, right? And then like, unless Rosaria was with VENTI, then you'd have no need to roll for Child unless you really want Child. But then they split the two. You have the old OP new broken character VENTI, and you have the new waifu character Rosaria on Child's banner. So I'm like, you know, it's a smart move, but I'm like, I expected it. I was like, this is like a good move that I would probably do too. And nothing here about a 3rd banner of the sort, nothing that I heard of. So if there's no 3rd banner, then these banners will be back to like, what was it, a month normally beforehand. And like, it doesn't say an order here, but I'm pretty sure VENTI's first, because of course the first part of the 1.4 event would be the Mondstadt Festival, so you'd have VENTI to join you with you. And honestly, the Mondstadt Festival has a lot of cool goods and items to collect, and I'll talk about that later. Child's second half banner is very interesting because we have some actual story updates with this update as well, and some other things going on. But I mean, Child is pretty cool. You know, I wouldn't mind having a C1. I just looked at the C1 to see, like, because I'm planning to really roll for Rosaria. I just want 1 copy of Rosaria. I had I don't want to spoil what happens in my Hu Tao video, but let's just say, like, you know, stuff happened, and you know, trying to get Rosaria is going to be really cool. She's a 4-star polearm user, so that's going to be really nice to have. And just honestly cool design ever since I met her in Dragon Spine. So now, with the banner out of the way, we will talk about goods or other. We'll talk about the other events first. So besides the Mondstadt Festival one, because that's probably the big one, let's talk about the other events first. So other events, we have here a new pet. So we're going to be getting a new pet from the 1.4. We'll have a new mini Oceanid, ocean boss, world boss thing. If you guys don't know what that is, a little pet ocean thing that we have to like raise and like train or whatever. And apparently we have to fight Oceanid differently. He has new moves and new patterns and stuff, and we can attack him physically, the water boss. And essentially, I think they're giving us like a lot of character XP. I think that's what it says down here in the, somewhere around here, or at least like in the diagram. It gives us a lot of, you know, gems, money, character XP. That is something that I really am in need of, because I blew a lot of my XP, you know, I leveled up a lot of characters, so I really need XP and Mora, so there's that. So I don't know if it's gonna be exact. Well, imagine the Sealy pet event thing. Not so much like that, but you know, a little bit of the same thing where you get the time limited one, I believe, and then once you complete the whole story, and then you get the final one. And I'm pretty sure you can't change colors of the ocean, so it's all gonna be blue. And that's cool enough already. I like blue, and my Sealy is blue, so represent blue Sealys in chat or the comments. Oh, I say chat. I'm not streaming. Next event. So next we have like a tournament arc event where Contending Tides, essentially, I'm not exactly too sure how this is going to go, but it's essentially a challenge arena fight thing in Mondstadt, where you have that you have like a little Hilichurl ring that you see in Data Opa Gorge if you ever go there. And like, I always thought that's a cool location for stuff like that. And like, here we have a competition, a little fight challenge thing where you fight against monsters with certain challenges, certain restrictions, certain buffs and stuff. And they're just giving us gems, Mora, enhancement materials, XP. Pretty cool, pretty awesome. Might be challenging. We'll see how that will be. And then next, let's see here. We have friendship events. Oh, this is going to be so dang nice. So Hangout events. This is really interesting for me as a veteran visual novel player sort of thing. So essentially, you know, story quests with all the other characters in the game, like 5 stars or 4 stars, have been kind of lacking in recent updates. But with this, we get 4 new like hangout events where you or story events, hangout events, where you call it, with 4 4-star characters from the game. We have Barbara, Noelle, and Bennett, and also Chongyun. So this is really interesting. And honestly, this is like one of the favorite things of this update, in my personal opinion, because with this, you can do all the other characters too this way. So it's really like the potential is like so out there. And like, you know, essentially you use the story keys you get from commissions. So you have to use, I believe I saw 2 to unlock them per character, right? And then once you do that, you can do you talk to them, you do the event, the storyline, and then you actually have multiple choice questions, kind of like a dating sim thing or a visual novel thing. And depending on your choices, you get different endings or different results of the storyline. And you can replay them multiple times for free, I'm assuming. Hopefully you don't have to use keys to replay the thing. That's my assumption. But it looks like it's highly recommended you go through every single scenario, at least from what I saw, because you get rewards for completing certain scenarios or all the scenarios or whatever. So that's gonna be really fun. I really dig it. I finally have some story time with Barbara and Noelle. I personally like these 2. Chongyun, I'm really interested in, and Bennett's like, Bennett's there, but we'll see how it is. I think Bennett is it seems interesting here. We got like this little visual here and stuff. So with this, you can do all the other characters. Like, who else am I thinking of? Diona's interesting. Shinyan, I would really like to see a story with Shinyan. I like more like Amber stuff or more Lisa or Kaya stuff. More story like that too, like, expand more basically. So the potential with this is out there, and it's just a matter of Beto is actually really highly needed. Actually, we've never met her yet in the story. That's true. So yeah, the potential with this is so out there. And then every update we'll have like 1 or 2, or at least like a few, and then like we'll work our way towards giving every single character a little story hangout thing, which we can do. So really excited about this. My first pick probably has to go for Noelle or Barbara, although I'm mostly curious about Barbara because she's like the idol, and like, she's kind of supposedly Jean's sister. At least I need to understand this whole thing. So hopefully, kind of curious about her storyline. Then probably Noelle, and then Chongyun. So there's that. Let me know which character you guys are gonna go hang out with. So my assumption, like I said before, is that you use a key or 2 to unlock the whole character thing, right? And once you do that, you don't have to use keys to replay the story to get the different endings. Hopefully, that's my assumption. But, you guys probably have keys stocked away, or at least like, out there. So finally, the keys are being put to use. And then I don't think anyone could technically unlock all of them really fast, because we need to get because it takes 2 keys. I thought I saw it took 2 keys, but there's that. So you can't complete them all right away. You have to take your time with one person, then you build up 2 keys, then you do the other person, and then you have to build up 2 keys again, and then so on. So that's cool. And then the last small miniature events that we saw is the Marvelous merchandise is coming back. The I wouldn't say the shady dude with the hair is coming back, but I mean, like, you know, the dude with the weird get up look, and then the boxes is coming back. So free gems, honestly, basically. And then we have some kind of like KFC collab going on here. Now, I don't remember seeing too much about it in the thing, but hopefully, I do know that, like, I don't know if it's international or Asia, like they're getting a glider skin, like a KFC red and white themed glider skin. So hopefully we get that. And I think there's some foods that are like, you know, parodying or collabing with KFC or something like that. So hopefully, I don't know if there'll be a permanent option in our game if we have those foods, but that'd be kind of cool if we have those options as permanent so we can cook them forever, like the recipes. But if they're just there for a short time and they're just like, you know, standard food, then it's whatever. So there's that. And then now, actually, should I talk about, no, we just do main story after. So next, we talk about the main event of 1.4, which is the Mondstadt Festival. So this is a really big event because it's kind of like Dragonspine, but it's kind of like the Lantern Ride Festival, because essentially Lantern Ride Festival, you know, we had phases in our, you know, quests and whatnot to progress through the thing. So it's, imagine probably this one's going to be like that exactly. You have one part of the event. You can do some we have a bunch of mini games that are available to do. So that's going to be really fun to do. There's a rhythm game, mini game, gliding one, arrow shooting, balloons, mazes, puzzles kind of thing. So a lot of stuff, which is honestly surprising and it kind of seems fun, to be honest, for me. And the one thing I will say about this, you know, event is that we are getting a free bow. So like I said, imagine like Dragonspine, they give us a free 4-star sword, refined 5 for free. So now we get this awesome Windblume bow with refined 5, and I'm assuming it's going to be the double EXP thing. And I don't know the exact stats and the deets of this bow, so hopefully we'll see some stuff into that later. But I mean, the Festering Desire was a really good sword. Like, it's such a good budget sword for a 4-star, and then like they gave it to us for free, refined 5 with double EXP. So I have some hope that this bow is good, because Dragonspine, they didn't give us a bow. I don't think 1.3 we got a new bow. We got those lithic spears and the lithic claymore, but we haven't had a bow in a while. And actually, that brings me up to my other thing, because we have a new weapon banner. But yeah, the Mondstadt Festival looks really good. Participate in the mini games, get a bunch of stuff. I believe we get like a lyre to play music on our own in the world too, so that's pretty cool. And you can actually do it co-op too. So fun, crowns, weapon enhancement, talent, material, Mora, character XP, the usual really cool stuff to get, and a lot of stuff to stock up on. So before we go into like main story stuff, we'll go into the weapon banner, which I totally forgot about. So more bows, essentially. So we have a 5-star bow. I believe this is called the Alley weapon series. So the main bow, Elegy for the End, is a bow that was in the trailer. It was used with VENTI, so I'm assuming it's a huge VENTI bow among the lines there. It looks really elegant. I dig the blue so much, because, you know, blue's my favorite color. And then I just don't know. I don't know what this bow could be. And then there's Alley Flash. This bow, this sword looks pretty sick. I like the blue once again. And Alley Hunter, and then Wine and Song. So we have, oh, that's really cool. We have 1 sword, 1 claymore, and then 3 bows. And then, you know, the one we get in the event is pretty much free for us, so that's pretty cool. So, I mean, you know, I can't say what these bows do, but on the assumption that, you know, I saw VENTI use these bows, and like, you know, the Traveler use this sword. It has to be on like somewhat of a decent side, because it's gonna be the weapon banner probably. So, you know, assuming it's good, and more weapons, pretty cool too. And I just really dig the blue. It looks so good. And now we go into some other stuff. That's all the event stuff I believe they covered, unless I missed something. But like, it seems pretty whatchamacallit, fanned out pretty well. You have like a big first half of the Mondstadt Festival. You know, the Mondstadt Festival, like the Lantern Ride and stuff. You got the Ocean Pet, the Battle Tournament arc, Hill Trail thing. The Hangout series is like there already, so you can do that whenever technically. The Marvelous merchandise is like you know, like 1 week of stuff, so it's pretty fittable anywhere in the timeline. This KFC thing is probably just a login thing, honestly. And then the main story, we have an Archon quest featuring Dansleaf, Bowkeeper. I haven't done that story yet, so I'm actually far behind. I might have to catch up on it when this thing comes out. So we have a new quest with Dansleaf, who we did get introduced to at 1.3, and I haven't done that quest yet, so I don't know exactly the deets of it, but I know this guy is a big part of the story, and it's really interesting that they're showing more of him in this thing. So essentially, I think through the storyline, we get to fight this new enemy type called the Abyss Herald, and throughout the teaser of 1.4, we see that this Abyss Herald has some relations to our main character, depending on which one you chose, and it will have an impact, or at least progress the main story a little bit with our main character. So that's really cool to see. The Abyss Herald honestly looks like a cool boss, and I don't know if they said in the English one that he's not going to be a weekly boss just yet. We'll see if that happens later on, because it looks like a strong enemy, to be honest. Like, it looks like a cool enemy as well. And the area that they're fighting in, it looks really cool, and I'm pretty sure it's part of the story. I'm not sure if we'll have access to that place in the future or whatever, but I can imagine him being a weekly boss alongside Child or Storm Terror. So I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's everything. Unless I missed something. Okay, never mind. So yeah, also, to finish everything off, we have some system optimization stuff, which is pretty small, but it's, system optimization stuff. So they increased the limit of condensed resin you can have. Usually the limit was 3, now you can have 5. That's okay in a sense. I'm always using my resin, so it doesn't really apply to me. But I do know people that tend to have their resin maxed out. Their resin maxed out? What did I just say? Their resin maxed out, and they have 3 condensed resin, so they can't make any more condensed resin. And it's kind of annoying, that fact. So having it be 5 is totally fine. You can now manually cook food still, and I understand that because people are trying to do a challenge where you have to mess up on the food, and it's cool. You can still do your QTE if you want to. Cooking, crafting, and forging actions are optimized. I'm pretty sure this means they mention it when you're cooking or something like that, or crafting something, and when you you have to select your character to get the bonus thing, and then when you come back and do it some other time, you have to do it again, scroll through the character wheel. But then I'm pretty sure it means when you, let's say you use sucrose or Shinchu to craft a book, right? And then when you try to craft another book again, Shinchu will automatically be thing, because he's the last one used to craft something, right? So that's why I'm assuming it's kind of like that. And that's cool too, because it's annoying, honestly, to have someone forge something and you come back and you still have to scroll up and select them, because they're always on the top of the list of the characters. So pretty awesome. We can also now lower our world levels by 1, and I'm pretty sure this is on a 24-hour cooldown. So once you do it, you can't do it again until 24 hours. So you can decrease it 1 at a time every 24 hours. So I'm lower level, I think it's 8 or something like that, and I can go down to 7, and then 24 hours after I do that, I can go to 6 or go back up to 8 or whatever. So interesting feature, although I wouldn't really want to get out of my world. My world's rewards are of the highest they can be, so I don't want to lose out on that. Then 5, we have name cards, which is also kind of the support page, or the character showcase page. Then 6, Spiral Abyss stuff, restarting the floor or the chamber when you failed. Optimization stuff, always good thing to know. So hopefully they do more optimizations later on in the future, and add a lot of stuff. So these system optimizations, some of them are cool, some of them are whatever for me. The Spiral Abyss one, I honestly would like that a lot more now, considering I've been doing Spiral Abyss. I've been tackling Spiral Abyss just a bit more. The name cards on the display, it's it's just hey, look who I'm bond 10 with, or who bond 10, friendship level 10 with, and all that stuff. And then world level is a very interesting case. I can understand reasons why people would want this, and at the same time, for me, I would never want to decrease my world level. There might be an exception, unless someone really one of my friends need help, then I have to go down to their level or something like that. But it's a cool feature, but it's not for me, right? The cooking and crafting and forging stuff is really handy. I can't wait to see how that works in the next update. The recipe, auto cooking, and the manual cooking stuff is whatever. Condensed resin is a start. I would like the cap to be maybe more than 5, because having 3 is totally doable and like plannable. But like, at least, you know, for other people I know, for me 5 would be enough, because I just use it all anyways. I blow all my resin and I'm just sitting here. I'm like, what do I do now? I guess I go into other mobile games or whatever. So that's it for the system optimizations, and overall all 1.4. So what this screams to me is a lot of Primal Gems and a lot of free stuff. So until, what was it, 11 days from now, so like about a week and a half or so for everyone, fellow travelers, prepare your stuff. You know, I know people were like hesitating to roll for Hu Tao because of 1.4, but now that we have 1.4 announced and we know about VENTI's return, you know, the Hu Tao rollers kind of like debating and stuff, it's totally fair and, you know, like, you know, debatable and stuff. Although for me personally, I have to, you know, Hu Tao I love Hu Tao way too much. So please check out that video of my rolls and stuff. And I just love her way too much. Okay. It's not about Hu Tao 1.3, it's about 1.4. Okay. So we shall summarize everything in one go. Let's begin. So 1.4 starts March 17. Rosaria is the new 4-star character in the banners. She will be with Child's banner, which I'm assuming is the second banner in the second half of 1.4. VENTI will be first alongside the Mondstadt Festival event. Then it will be Child with Rosaria. The Mondstadt Festival is a big event, kind of like our Lantern Rite. No Arknight's Tower Defense stuff this time, but we have a bunch of mini games and events like rhythm gaming, gliding challenges, archery challenges, and stuff like that. We have an event where we get a new ocean pet, where we will raise the pets and eventually get for free after the event is completed. Battle tournament arc event where we fight Hilichurls in a bunch of waves and you know, limitations and challenge fighting and stuff. Hangout events with 4 new characters, Noelle, Barbara, Chongyun, and Bennett, where you will have multiple endings from each event based off your decision and choice of saying and word. So repeat them and just clear all the endings and stuff like that and get some awesome little postcards or visuals of you with the characters and stuff. Marvelous merchandise. The dude with the slime boxes is back. Got a KFC event, hopefully the glider and the food. New weapons, 5-star weapon bow, new alley weapons, sword, bow, and a catalyst. I don't roll for weapon banner, so this doesn't really apply to me. New Archon quest with a Dainsleaf, where we will tackle the new monster, the Abyss Herald, for progressing a little bit of the main story, so stay tuned for that. Really awesome. New bow for the event, the Mondstadt Festival, probably gonna be refined 5, just like Festering Desire, so beyond that. And these little system optimizations that, you know, we don't really need to go over too much. It's pretty small and stuff. So honestly, 1.4, I'm very excited about it. I was kind of like thinking about it because 1.3, the festival was cool. The whole tower defense theater mechanics was cool and all. And then when that ended, it kind of felt like nothing was going on until we got Hu Tao, and then the whole like 1.3 phase 2 events stuff happening now as we speak. So, and to see that for 1.4, we have another festival event where a lot of events, honestly, besides the Mondstadt Festival, we've basically Primal Gems, rewards, more XP, everything, weapons, the banners are cool too, like the Hangout events is cool. Like this event has kind of blown my expectation just a little bit. And one of my favorite things, like I said before, is the Hangout events, because that just shows the possibility and the potential of growth for the game and like our interactions with the characters and stuff. And, you know, the big thing, VENTI and Child coming back, although I have both of them, so I'm honestly only aiming for 4-star Rosaria, who I'm really excited for too. And I shall announce that I am going to be doing a little discussion video of how to build her and stuff in another video, so stay tuned for that. It'll be a little cool discussion and just thinking about what to build on her and her weapons. And yeah, I'm really excited for this. And we have 11 days till then, so until then, guys, I will see you all in the next video. Leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe for when I upload that Rosaria discussion video. And until then, save your Primal Gems, fellow travelers. We got Child and VENTI first coming up real soon. See you next time. See you later.